Dorothy stood and watched. Relina could see her in the mirror, could see that smile on her face that Lisa did not see. Relina sat there, passively, as the maid finished drying her hair, then freed it from the towel and began to brush it out. She braided in near her temples, and then pulled those braids back to encircle her head, keeping the hair from sweeping forward over her face. A ribbon, white, was tied into a simple bow at the back of her head. It had a sense of the juvenile about it, though Relina knew that no one else would see it that way. It was obviously a special instruction from Dorothy. When her hat had been properly dressed, Dorothy sent Lisa away. "I called your secretary and found out your appointments for the day," Dorothy said as she opened the closet doors and removed a pantsuit. "I'll make sure that you get to them." Relina thought she should say thank you, but instead asked, "Why are you doing this? Aren't we friends? Shouldn't friends help one another?" She laid the outfit on the bed. "I don't know if we are friends or if friends should help each other." Relina did not answer. Dorothy laughed softly as she opened a drawer and removed something white and fluffy looking. It took Relina a moment to realize that they were a pile of panties, white and full cut. Dorothy put the panties on the vanity table. "Your undergarments were soiled. I had them thrown away," she said. Relina felt her face grow warm. "Thank you." "These are sanitary panties," Dorothy said as she took a pair from the pile, holding them up. "I sometimes have to wear them for days when I have heavy flow." Relina nodded, to show that she understood. "With a pad in them, they should offer some protection to you in case you have another accident." Relina was struck speechless for a moment. "It is not like that," she said after a moment. "What do you mean?" Dorothy asked as she opened the panties up in preparation of putting a sanitary pad in the gusset. "It wasn't an accident, it was broken bar," she trailed off, not quite certain what to say. "It was what?" Dorothy asked with an innocent tone as she put the pad into place. "It's just that I broken bar," she trailed off again. "It's just that what?" Dorothy asked, putting the panties aside for the moment. Relina wanted to say that she had chosen to wet herself. Well, actually she did not want to say it. She did not want Dorothy thinking that she could not control her bladder either. She did not want Dorothy offering solutions to possible accidents. Relina was, for the moment, stuck between two unpleasant alternatives. In the end she picked the easiest one. "I don't have accidents like that very often." "I'm sure you don't." Dorothy retrieved the panties. "But I do not think we should take chances. Stand up, and let the towel fall." But once again she worried about being found out, and for the moment it was easier to let Dorothy tell her what to do. She stood up and let the towel drop to the floor. Relina knelt down in front of her, holding the panties open. It was obvious that Relina was meant to step into them, let Dorothy dress her in them. She slid one foot through the leg hole, then the other. Dorothy pulled the panties up her legs and around her waist. They were cut fuller than Relina had thought and covered her quite thoroughly. She thought that was it, but Dorothy was not finished. Grabbing another pair of the panties from the vanity table, she held them open near Relina's feet. "Let's get these on you," Dorothy said when Relina did not do anything. "Why?" "Because a little extra layering will make sure that you are well protected, in case of accidents." Relina closed her eyes, and then helped Relina get the second set of panties on her. That was followed by a third, a fourth, a fifth and then a sixth. The 6 pairs of sanitary panties fit thickly on her, the material bunching up, quite noticeable to her, between her legs. She looked at herself, looking at her shoulder, noticing how the material was thick on her, rounding her bottom and front slightly. "I hopes the pants I have chosen will be loose enough to hide that," Dorothy remarked as she straightened.